Hello, everyone, and welcome to another special edition of the iWorkinSport live interview. My name is João Frigerio. I'm the founder of iWorkinSport, and as always, it's a pleasure to have you all with us. Don't be shy, say hello. This will be, as usual, an interactive session. Tell us where you're connecting from, and as always, be prepared to send your questions. As you know, in about 2 weeks' time, and as you could see in the ad just before this, we'll be hosting the second edition of the iWorkinSport Education Virtual Expo. That will be from the 10th to the 12th of November. And well, that's a digital event, 100% online. And it's made for anyone interested in either starting a career in sport, or if you already work in sport and you're thinking of boosting your career through education. If you're considering taking maybe a master's in sports management or an executive program, that event is for you. So it's free to attend. So let me remind you of that. If you didn't register yet, and if you're interested in knowing more, there's a link in the description below, so you can go and register to that. At the event, you will have the chance to connect in real time and interact with course representatives and alumni from some of the best programs in the world. You'll get all the information that you need in detail in one-to-one conversations. But to help you prepare to that, we decided to create this brand new interview series. So we call this Meet the Programs, in which we'll be featuring some of the institutions that will be participating in the Virtual Expo. So if you watched yesterday, we had a session with the Johan Cruyff Institute. Today, we'll be talking to the European Sport Business School based in Valencia. Tomorrow, we'll speak with the University of Oregon. In fact, tomorrow will be a little different. It will be an interview with Bettina Cornwell. It was an interview that was rescheduled from a few weeks ago. And she just has a brand new book on sponsorship. We're going to talk about her book as well. But since the University of Oregon will be at the event, we're going to talk about their programs too. So don't miss it. And on Thursday, we're going to close this first week of the series with the FIFA Master. So if you're interested in this type of content, let me remind you, if you're interested in career in sport or education, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit that bell sign to get the notifications. And well, while you're at it, if you want to hit that like button, I would really appreciate it. That supports the channel, that helps us with YouTube, with the algorithm. And of course, if you're watching on LinkedIn, you cannot do that now, but maybe later you can support us. As I said, we're going to make this very interactive. Be prepared, leave your questions. If you're watching the replay, leave your comments too, because that will be useful to the course representatives. They will know what are your questions, so they will better prepare for the event. and to talk about the European Sport Business School, so the ESBS. I have the pleasure to invite a friend, a Brazilian colleague, Calebe de Souza. He is responsible for admissions at ESBS and also business development. I will let him introduce himself much better than I can. Let me invite him to the show. Here we go. Calebe, it's a pleasure to have you here with us. Welcome.
Hello, João. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to have this opportunity to introduce ESBS in these webinar sessions, and I am looking forward for this interview.
That's great, Calebe. That's great. Let me just give you a sense of the people that are watching now. It's always a very international audience. We have Matias from Argentina, Tania from Zimbabwe, Francesco from Cassino in Italy, Iñaki from Spain. Wow, there we have Kumar from Nepal. There's people really from all over. Hello, Atanas. I remember him. He was here yesterday with us from Macedonia. Well, there's a few actually names that are coming back. Fran as well from Dublin. Michelle from Mexico. Ana in Brazil. Ricardo in Brazil as well. Well, there's a lot of people tuning in. Thank you, everyone. We want your participation. Prepare to ask your questions. But before, Calebe, we start talking about the ESBS, I think it would be nice for you to introduce yourself, let us know a bit of your history, and what drove you to ESBS. I know that you have a story that I think many people watching will relate to. So tell us a bit about yourself, and then we'll talk about the ESBS.
Sure. So, who am I? Many of you are asking who is this guy Caleb from Brazil. So basically, I am from Brazil, Vitória, Espírito Santo. I have 30 years old, and like all Brazilians, since I was born, I wanted to be a professional football player. To be honest, football has been my life since I was born. I can remember a time when I wasn't playing football as a kid, and I always knew that I wanted to have it be a central part of my life. So right now, nowadays, I feel like I have a lot of pinch me moments now that I am working in the industry and getting to live my dream of working in sports day in and day out. So therefore, I came to Spain to play football when I was 17 years old. And I played for Villarreal CF. I had the opportunity to spend 1 year here in Spain, so I learned the Spanish language as well. But I guess I wasn't good enough to be a football player, and for some reasons, I came back to Brazil and took my Bachelor in Business Administration, which is my background. And then I had experience working at Nestlé. I don't know if the ones from Brazilians, they know Chocolates Garoto, working in this B2B supply chain management. As some of you know, in Brazil, we have many roads, so it's very challenging working logistics, roads, delivery of products. And I realized I like to work with B2C, contact with people. So I created my own company, a car shop named Souza Car. I worked it for 3 years, and the outlet still exists in Brazil. So my story related with ESBS, I always knew that I wanted to take a new step in my career to turn my passion for sports into my profession. So I left behind my family, my friends, girlfriend to create this opportunity in my life, you know. And when I say create this opportunity, I think it's very important to highlight this phrase, to be proactive and to take this step in the career, no. So searching for courses in sports management since I was 25 years old, and then through the ranking, I found the ESBS and applied for the program in 2017. I started my master experience with colleagues from all over the world, so I can see some of them connected here. It was an amazing year where I could have the opportunity to have my internship at the ESBS. At this moment, I was very proactive, showing projects of internationalization of the school to Jorge Cole, the director of the ESBS. And even before I knew I would have this internship and participating in our volunteering programs to build my network within the sports industry. In fact, I met João in 2018 in the World Football Summit in Madrid, and ever since we partnered with iWorkinSport in all of these events.
That's right. That's right. You're indeed a good example.
And John, I think after 10 seconds talking to you, you switch to Portuguese. Oh, you're from Brazil, yeah. So it was I remember now when we
Yeah, I
first
think
met.
this is the first thing, apart from those initial 10 seconds, that I don't remember if we spoke Spanish or English, that
Exactly,
I'm not speaking Portuguese. But
exactly.
indeed, you're a great example of, someone who make things happen,
Yeah.
very proactive. And it's a pleasure to, be working with you for a few years now. And Caleb, tell us then a bit more about ESBS. By the way, there is, I didn't know that, but Fran, who I just mentioned his name, he also studied at ESBS, so I don't know if you know each other. There's a few more people here. Camila Murray from Brazil.
Hello, Camila.
Oh, hello, from Canada. Sorry, I was reading already. Otacílio from Brazil. Camila
Brazil.
is from Canada. There's Miguel from Ecuador.
All over the world.
I will not be able to pronounce that name, but there's someone from Russia saying hi, and Regina as well from Brazil, and our friend Jaime, who knows you too, here in Lausanne. So tell us more about the SBS. Let's first give a broad overview of the program. I do have some specific questions about, admissions, what you look for in candidates, or what candidates look for in your programs. And
Mm-hmm.
of course, we'll ask questions from the audience too. But give us an overview of your course, of the institution, for people who doesn't know you.
Sure, sure. So, well, talking about the SBS, we are created within the Valencia Football Club 12 years ago, with the aim to providing training focused on covering the needs of the sports industry with practical and global approach to immersion in the industry. So we were created within a football club, but always I highlight for the students who make an interview with me that it's important to say that we don't talk only about football in our school. We are a business school, not a university. I think this is very important to say as well, because what's the difference? As a business school, we have 100% of our lecturers, they working within the sports industry. We don't have proper lecturers who basically they work 7-8 hours teaching class, and sometimes they don't leave what they teach. And for us, this is very important, this practical approach, this synergy created between the teacher and the students, no? So ESBS is associate member of the Spanish Business School Association, and we at iWorkinSport Student Fair will be talking about 3 main programs that the school offers with different outstanding partners. So to start, I would like to talk about the Master International Sports Management, which is a master, was awarded as the best master for 3 years in a row, according to the Sports Business Magazine, a British sports magazine. And yes, to say about the master, our practical and global approach is based on experience and case methodology. The students have the opportunity to have this case corrected by professionals who works with the organization in such case. For instance, we work with in La Liga case, who's Pedro Malab is in charge of this case. He's the director of women's football at La Liga. We have the case method of Dorn Sports, where Pablo Pernia, who works for the chess circuit with MotoGP, he corrected this case, and he's in charge of this case as well. We have some organization of a UEFA Champions League match, for example, where John Peral, which is an alumni and coordinator at UEFA, he teaches this case for us, and some of others. So we are very focused on learning by doing. We've developed a practical model centering the knowledge and the skills required by the sports industry, and named to the employment and entrepreneurship of the students. So I would like to highlight some details and values of the program, such as we work with case studies. 100% of the faculty has experience in the sports world. We work with the mentoring system, where we can talk about further about this internship. I know many of the students, they have questions about this area. We are very flexible. Right now we are working with online and hybrid modalities here in the master, where we'll talk further about that as well. We have two values very, very well defined, which is the technology and innovation. We are partners of the GSIC, where all students, they receive access for life of Office 365, for example. We believe that sports as a tool for social transformation. We work with this global vision of the world. For instance, we have 25 different nationalities studying the master this year, international case studies. So more than 50% of our students, they came from abroad. We have within our values as well the sustainability. We developed the first sustainability plan for a professional football club in Spain, and the methodology of the student in the center. No, everything is built around our student, mentoring, network, and faculty, where we can give them the tools, but they are the ones who need to see the opportunities. So many of the students, they ask me, so what's the relation of Valencia ESBS? And basically, this collaboration was developed to sharing the results rather than simply marketing the course. So sharing the results is the primary goal of our school. It's not a simple collaboration between a club and a business school. It is a strategic approach and a shared philosophy aligned with the club international ambitions and business model. The program adopts a global view rather than domestic. Okay, so I divided in 3 main points how the Valencia support the program. So we have the club, our directors as lecturers, the Clown Foundation board members are among the course advisory committee, and the students enjoy the club facilities. They have classes at Mestad Stadium, Valencia Center Training, and there are internships and even work opportunities for within the club to work there. Even though I always say to the students to don't come to the master expecting to work at the club, but yes, build his own network and synergy with the lectures. On the other hand, so yeah, it's very interesting. So this is the first program we will be talking in the next week. So we are looking forward to talk about this, the Master in Sports Management. Then we have we'll talk about as well about the GSIC program, the Executive Master in Digital Transformation in Sports Entities, and also the short, which is an online course, English. If you want, the students can ask more details. And the law program, which is a short course of 3 weeks, 3 months, that we'll be offering starting now in November.
Okay. Well, maybe to continue just a little bit more on that, we already have a first question coming from Karina Saliva. What is the difference between this Master in International Sports Management and Gestión Internacional de Organizaciones Deportivas, both in Spanish on the website? Is it the same but translated, or are those different courses?
Yeah, thank you for your question, Karin. So basically, the Master in Gestión Internacional de Organizaciones Deportivas is a master which is taught in Spanish, 100% in Spanish, fully. And the Master International Sports Management is the master taught in English. We have some difference in the faculty because we have some teachers that are not natives or they don't have the level required.
Is the content the same?
It's the same course, exactly. It's the same course.
So it's the same content.
That's what the question. Yeah.
All right, and just taught one in English, another in Spanish.
Exactly.
And so per your experience, Calebe, so why do students normally choose ESBS? So the people that apply to your courses it's a competitive landscape. There are so many programs. There will be many at our event. Why do students that actually go and study with you choose ESBS?
Yeah, why choose ESBS? First, in ESBS, you have the opportunity to conduct the courses either in Spanish or in English, okay? So, as I said before, we are a business school, so you will be able to build your own network, to learn from top professionals in the sports industry, and to strengthen the chance of getting a job in the sports industry. We are focused on employability of the students and entrepreneurship as well in the master.
Okay. And you mentioned many times that you're a business school. Do you require a university degree to do your master's, or is it not required?
Yeah, for the normal student, we require a bachelor degree to take the master, but we have an option for the elite athletes. Okay, so basically they can apply for the master if they have represented the national team in some sort of worldwide competition. And also, if the student have 3 years of experience working in the sports industry, he can apply for the master as well without a bachelor degree.
Okay, so if he already has some experience working in sport, then doesn't need a bachelor degree. Now, so tell us more about then what else it's needed. So the university degree, sometimes it's needed, sometimes it may be waived, as you just explained. But what else? Can someone just graduate from the university and apply for SBS? Do you demand that they have some work experience? What else is required for someone that is interested?
João, to be honest, we don't require this work experience, but it's very high valuable to have this work experience. Don't need to be in the sports industry. We strive to accept profiles which are well-rounded. Okay, for example, an individual who speaks different languages. Okay, has global experience, has experience within sports, and a clear vision on what they hope to pursue after the program. These are all factors which we consider and ultimately help us to differentiate between qualifier or underqualifier candidates in the master. So basically, it's very important for us to speak different languages, to have this global view of the sports industry. And always the students come in the interview and they ask me, Caleb, what can I do after the master? No. So usually I say for the students, it's very important to know where they want to go, know where they want to study, to build their own career in the sports field. It's very important for the student to know what are their own aims. No, this is very important.
Okay, that's great. Listen, Caleb, I think Karina may be interested in applying for SBS. It's the second question that she's sending. When you talk about having some experience working in sports, she wants to know if volunteering also counts.
Yes, for sure. Volunteering counts. Also, we offer some volunteering options for the students. I know during the situation of the coronavirus right now, the events were canceled, but in a normal situation, we always offer volunteering here in the master, such as the students. I participated, for example, in the marathon of Valencia, which was one of the biggest marathons in the world. So we have a role. I had a role there, for example, in logistics to try to enhance how they do these events. So it's very important. It's not only giving water, for the athletes. So yeah, volunteering is very important for us in the time to choose the student to come to the master, to pursue the master.
Great. Talking about, so we mentioned about things that are important for the applicants to qualify for your course. Are there things that would disqualify someone?
To disqualify someone, look, to be honest, I don't like to, as you know, we have limited sports here in the master, okay? So we don't have, disqualified, I think, is more to look for the positive points, in the students. We don't have something, if the students want, for example, to pursue a PhD or to work with research, which is more aimed to universities, or he wants to pursue a career, for example, to work in the government, for example, usually I don't recommend the student to take this master, because we offer a proper, just to explain this, why I say this, we offer here a proper title, okay? A proper title is aimed for the private sports industry, not for the public side.
Right. Good to know. Maybe to finish this topic of maybe admissions, if someone is interested to apply, they connect with you. Is that directly? Is that through the website? And what are the time frames? Do you accept applications throughout the year? How many classes do you have per year? Is that just once a year? Tell us a bit more about the programs that you'll be showcasing at the event. Are they 1 year long? Are they longer? And when do they start? When do they finish? When people can apply? Tell us a bit more about that.
Nice. So we don't have proper deadlines. So talking about the Master International Sports, as I said before, we have three main programs that we'll be talking in the Working Sports Job School Student Fair. So regarding the Master International Sports Management, it's a long course. We have 9 months studying the Master. The students right now have the option to follow classes in streaming. So we create this hybrid modality right now in the Master. They have the option to take it online from their own country, or to come here to Valencia to live this experience with us in our facilities in Valencia, Spain. So basically, talking about the Master International Sports Management, we start the Master, the face-to-face program in October. In fact, we started 15 days ago, our 12th edition of the Master in Sports Management. We had the pleasure to welcome students from different areas and different countries, despite the situation of the coronavirus. And the Master goes to October until June of the next year. And we have the graduation within the stadium, the Mestalla Stadium. It's very interesting. I invite you to watch the videos on our YouTube channel. And yeah, to apply for the Master, we need the student to send us the CV, the passport ID, and also the title degree. And then we have an interview where the main focus of the interview is to find out the expectation of the students within the school, and to check as well about the profile of the student, you know. And then within 3 days, we send the feedback of the interview for the students with the report of admission, and he can apply for the Master. We don't work with proper deadlines, okay, to apply for the Master. So right now we are open to.
It's always open. Anyone that's if you go to the website, there's always a chance to apply.
It's always a chance to apply, exactly. It's always a chance to apply.
I think we answered the question of Camila Murray. She was interested in knowing how long the courses are, and if the student can choose between English and Spanish. And so yes, so they can. There is a question here from Yuri Dominguez. So how does the ESBS support the students on getting in touch with companies and recruiters?
Okay, so within the school, we have a mentoring system, a professional who works 8 hours per day, focuses on support the students to enhance the CV, the LinkedIn profile, for instance, and train for interviews to their working sports interviews next year, face-to-face with the recruiters. So we have this mentoring system here at the school. Students, they have the opportunity to conduct an internship through the duration of the course, but it's not a requirement, okay? Talking already about the internship. And we strongly try to emphasize that to students that we will assist them in finding an internship if they would like, but we cannot guarantee every student can find an internship, okay? That's why we are focused on employability and also entrepreneurship. So many students, they come to the Master with the idea to create their own project, to entrepreneur. So when the students want to create their own project, okay, to present the final project after the business plan, no, which is the program of the Master, we as a school try to find investors, to connect with some organizations which can be interested in take part of this project, okay? So we, as a master's degree, we expect it to be from the alumni to be proactive and find an internship without a great deal of our help. So there are plethora of opportunities within the sports world, but it's ultimately up to the students to be proactive and go after opportunities they are interested in them.
Well, I have to say that one thing that you do that helps your students as well is that you participate in the iWorkinSport job fairs. So exactly. You had 1 year you had the chance to come to Lausanne. This year, yeah. Unfortunately, we had to do it online. But yes, ESBS is one of the schools that participate with us. So their students this year have the opportunity to be face-to-face. In this case, this year was video interviews with the recruiters from Juventus, from Adidas, from FIFA, from the International Olympic Committee. And last year they were actually here in Lausanne with about 30 people, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Definitely a good support to them. I would say.
Yeah. Also, Jean, sorry to interrupt you, but we offer classes here in the Master USMB for 2 times per week, and sometimes on Fridays we have some master class, and also this professional who works with the mentoring system, the job placement of the students, they bring some companies here to make some conference for the students to find some students they could be interested in to have there as employees, no? So always on Fridays we create this conference within the school.
Definitely. I mean, this is all some great information. So if you at home are finding it useful, don't forget to hit that like. Calebe will appreciate it very much. So will I. And of course, if there are more questions, there are a few coming, Calebe. We're going to try to cover all of them. If that's not possible, I mean, this is in a way a teaser to the events. ASBS will be at the Education Virtual Expo for the 3 days, the 10th, the 11th, and 12th of November. So people can have this one-to-one conversation with Calebe and the team as well. But Calebe, what about scholarships? So someone is interested in doing a course there with you. Maybe you can give us a sense of the price. I'm not sure if all courses, they might have some different prices as well. So it can give us an idea, a range.
Mm-hmm.
But then also tell us about scholarships. Do you offer that?
Yeah, sure. So regarding the fee of the programs, okay, we offer the Master in International Sports Management, the digital transformation. It's in a range of 7,500 euros, the total price, okay? And the law program, which is a short course with 3 months, is 2,200 euros, where the students have the opportunity to interact with lawyers such as Juan de Dios Crespo, who is considered one of the best lawyers in the sports management world. No, he took case like Neymar case and Paulo Guerrero in the Mundial, in the World Cup. And so regarding the scholarships, right now we offer scholarships only for athletes or ex-athletes, elite athletes, okay? So basically, what is the concept of athletes? They have to represent in the national team in some sort of national competition. So if the students represent in some, for any sport, doesn't need to be only football, okay, that's very important, he can apply for a scholarship to study first.
And what does that cover then? Is the tuition fee, or there is an addition to help them to live there?
Yeah, the scholarships cover only the tuition fee, and depends on what the athlete achieves. So the case goes throughout the committee, so we can evaluate case by case, and we can offer this discount in the tuition fee.
Okay. And for your presential courses, so the people that have to be there in Valencia, is that up to them to maybe find accommodation if they're moving from a different country? Do you help them with that as well?
Yeah. Okay, so we have a student experience department here in the master where, as I said before, we receive students abroad from different countries. So some of them is the first time they are out of the country, so they come to Spain to live this experience in Valencia. Usually I say that in Valencia, the cost of life is 30% less if you compare, for example, with Barcelona and Madrid. So our program is very independent one. So what does this mean? This means that we provide our students with a great deal of freedom when it comes to housing service and various amenities. So we don't have a proper campus in the school, okay? But we support the students with source to find the best accommodation. No? So our campus, we only have classrooms. So students are responsible for finding everything else. We do assist them with source on how to find the housing, setting up a bank, for example. But for us, we really value this freedom that we give them, especially since the master has a variety of age groups. Okay, so we have students from 22 years old to 40 years old.
Right. And well, for people that don't know Valencia, tell us just a bit more to have a sense the cost of living if they are considering taking the course there. Of course, there's the tuition fee. There's the 7,500 euros of the tuition fee, but then there's the whole cost of living for at least 9 months. Can you give us a sense of what anyone moving there will encounter?
Yeah, of course. I can give this information. For example, we did a survey with the students last year to ask them about to have an average, because some students, they have different profiles, they want to do different things here in the city. But after we realized that after the survey, we realized that the cost of life here in Valencia, you can find your own accommodation, for example, in a shared apartment, easily for 300 euros with all the costs included. I mean, the bills, to live in this apartment. And with 300 euros, you can find your own accommodation. Then goes to what the students want to do. Right now in the situation of the coronavirus, he don't have so many events to go. So it depends on regarding food. You can easily spend 200 euros per month. So I would say with total of 800 euros, you can spend a month here in Valencia with your own room to live very near to the school. Valencia is not that a big city. As I said before, we have 30% less of cost of life if you compare with Barcelona and Madrid. So yeah, I would say with 800 euros, the student can live easily here and spend a month with us here in Valencia.
Well, that's definitely good to know. There's a few more messages coming in. Let's say hi to Juan from Colombia. How are you, Juan? And Lorenzo Lichi Lopez say, keep a place for me, Calebe. So I think someone
Sure,
else.
Lorenzo.
No, Lorenzo.
Will be more than welcome. From Italy.
Yes, sounds like it. So, Ricardo Pardo, are the presential classes already back 100%?
Yes, Ricardo. We are not offering this year 100% face-to-face classes due to the situation of the coronavirus. We need to implement some together with the Spanish School Business Association. We created a contingency plan in the master to, of course, to take the measures, to keep everyone safe. So, as I said before, we are offering this year a hybrid modality, where the student is not mandatory the assistants to come to the school, even if they are here in Valencia. Okay, they can connect from their own homes. Okay, and follow the classes by streaming. So we'll be streaming the class. The student can participate in the class, ask to the teachers, and interact with the other colleagues as well. So this is I think this enhanced the experience pretty much.
Right. A few more comments coming in. Walter Spencer from Uruguay is very happy with the Uruguayan team, apparently. And then there is Matias Pagura. I'm a sport management student and also basketball player and coach. So we talked about the relationship with Valencia, but we imagine we were talking to about the Valencia Football Club. So I want to know about the relationship between ESBS and the Valencia Basketball Club, and also about the visits to Paris.
Great. Nice question, Matthias. Thank you for your question. So we have many students, they come to the master interested in basketball. We are partner with the George Washington University in the United States. So basically, all these students who want to pursue a career in the American market or in the basketball side, we offer this opportunity for the students to take this field trip there to Washington. We don't know if next year we'll be able to take this to participate in this trip, but in the last few years, we always offer this option for the students. So regarding your question about the Valencia Basket, yes, we have an agreement with the Valencia Basket here in the city. We have some students who they took the internships there in the club, okay? And regarding the trip to Paris, all the years it's included in the price. It's very important to say we have included in the price two academic trips, okay? The first one is to Madrid. We go, as you know, Valencia is 1 hour and a half far away from Madrid. We can take a high-speed train at the morning and be at Madrid. So we go in the morning and come back at the night. Last year, for example, the students, they visited the La Liga headquarters, the GSIC headquarters as well, and also the Wanda Metropolitano Stadium. And the trip to Paris, which is a trip of 5 days. We usually go on Monday, come back on Fridays. All the years, depending on the schedule and depending on the availability of the organizations. We have different visits, some classes at AMOS, which is a partner of us, a business school in France. So yeah, it's included as well in the price, the accommodation and the flight from Valencia to Paris. Important to say from Valencia to Paris because we have students in different countries, in different cities, but the trip is included from Valencia going to Paris, okay?
Okay, great to know that. There is a question from Guilherme Fernandes. You mentioned a little about internship, but maybe, there's people come and go. Might want to talk more or about internships again. Where can I learn more about internship in the area?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Guilherme, I invite you to be connected in the ESBS next week, where we'll be talking with more details about our internship programs. But as I said before, we work with a mentoring system here at the school. It's very important for us, for the students to know where they want to go, so we can support the student to find this way. So, for example, last year happened that some students they want to pursue some sort of job position in the sports industry, and we as a school didn't have any connection with this organization. So the student can connect us as the Centro de Formación Valencia and the ESBS together with this company to build this relation. So internship is not mandatory. It's very important to say because, as I said before as well, we have many students who come to the master to pursue to create their own project, a business plan, okay? So they don't need a proper internship. So the idea of the internships, the student can, for example, Guilherme, you're interested in marketing. So we try to find an opportunity in the market area, not in the financial or human resource area, So that after this experience, the student can have the opportunity to have a proper job, not only an internship, So that's very important for us.
Great. Calebe, if we keep in that, let's say, the employment topic, so what's the employment rate of the graduates in average? People graduating from your courses, how fast do they get jobs? They get to the market. What can you tell us about that?
Well, according to the Sports Business Magazine ranking, we have a rating of 93% of employment of the students 6 months after graduating our master. So, this is the rate of the employment of our students, 93%.
Okay. How many students do you have per year, more or less?
Like this year, we have two groups for the master in Spanish with 30 students each group, okay, in an average, and one group of the master in English with 27 students face-to-face here in Valencia, and also 10 students taking the master online, okay. Also, we offer the possibility for the student, we can talk in more details also in the job fair, in the student fair, sorry, the opportunity for the students to take a blended modality, which is they can follow the course online and choose 1 month to come here to Valencia, take the master face-to-face with us to get to know the faculty, get to know the colleagues and also the teachers. This is a very valuable option taken for the students as well.
Okay. Calebe, you've been doing great work off the pitch, the pitch in the administration area, but you have a big fan also sports. Jaime, you're a great football player.
Thank you, Jaime.
But I'll trust him.
Hope to see you.
You mentioned AMOS in your explanation there, and Matthias wants to know more about it. So when you finish the program, you can do a second year in AMOS University. Is that it?
Exactly. So going back to the scholarships, I forgot to mention that we offer for the best academic profile of the year, we offer a scholarship to take the second year of the master in France. Okay, as someone knows, the same duration of the master in Spain. Here we take 1 year to take the master, 9 months, 1 year. In France, it's 2 years. Okay. So basically, they accept our credit. So we can take the master 1 year with us here in Spain, and apply to take the second year with AMOS. So after these 2 years, we receive 2 titles: a Spanish one and the French title. Okay, to take this master. AMOS Sport Music School is very well known and respected school in France, in Paris. They are based in Paris, in London, but they have many other schools around France as well. Many other cities.
That's great to know. Thank you for the question, Matthias.
Thank you, Matthias.
Oh yes, it is. So we have here Tongai Dodo from Zimbabwe wants to know if it's open for foreign students. Definitely, right? Is there any? Just talk about that. Is there any sort of issues with visas? Are there problems? Do you help foreign students if they apply to get the visas to study? How does that work?
João, to be honest, 99% of the times we don't have any issues regarding this. The countries consider visa for the students, okay? And as I talked before, we have students coming from Colombia, Mexico, Brazil, Argentina, many different countries, also from Asia, and we didn't face any issue regarding this situation. Usually we send an admission letter signed by the director, okay? So with this admission letter, the student can easily apply to take the student visa. Many students ask to me, "Oh, why can I work during my experience in the master or not?" So with the student visa, allows you to take 4 hours per day working in the city in Spain. Okay, so that's why you are able to take as well the internship and take this experience working here in Europe, which is very valuable for many of the students.
Okay. So everyone watching, we're actually going to almost like towards the end of the session. If you do have questions, don't hesitate, don't be shy, send the questions in. As we still have a couple, we need to discuss a bit of how you handled the pandemic situation, how your students, had to deal with that. But if everyone watching have more questions, want to know more about the ESBS, this is the time for you to send your questions in. Don't forget to hit that like button as well. But Calebe, so talking about these times that we're living in of the pandemic, how you handled it? You had courses that was 100% presential, right?
Yeah.
And you moved that for a moment, you mentioned, to sort of 100% online. Now you're doing kind of a mix.
Exactly.
Explain to us how you handle that and where you're going.
João, the ESBS cope with the situation very smoothly, to be honest, because ESBS offer online course since the beginning of the school 12 years ago. We are very expert to offer online course, and even more now with this partner with GSIC, all the platform we use here in the master is by Teams. I'm pretty sure that many of the people who are interested in the master, they have any contact after this pandemic situation with the Teams. So basically, we work with Teams. Here is the platform, the official platform of the school. Okay. And yeah, it was very smoothly this transition to the because happening in May, April of this year. So basically, all the students face to face, they translate to the Teams platform. So we offer the classes in streaming, and to be honest, the experience was not was very acceptable for the students. They are very happy with the how we cope with the situation.
Okay, great to know. Maybe I think one final question for me. You mentioned many times the GSIC partnership that you have. Can you maybe explain a little bit more about it? I think it's a Microsoft related project, right? And tell us more about that.
Okay, this Executive Master in Digital Transformation of Sports Entities is a master which the duration is 9 months. Okay, we're starting now in November. We're still open for applications for this master. We are open, and the master is fully online. Okay, 100% online. He's designed for executive professionals who they are actually working in the sports industry right now. They want to build the network. It's very important, as the GSIC have more than 250 startup and organizations around the world. Just for, I forgot to mention, but the GSIC is the Global Sports Innovation Center powered by Microsoft. The innovation center focused on sports and innovation in sports. So they made a plethora of projects in the sports field, not only football, many such as Real Madrid, in the Tottenham Stadium. So in this master, we talk about smart stadiums, fun engagement, different business model. But the main idea is to connect with these organizations around the world, which the GSIC offers their ecosystem, for us. So this master is fully online. After the master, if the situation of the coronavirus allows us, we will offer a networking session here in Madrid in September. Usually it's next to the World Football Summit event in Madrid. So the student has already also the opportunity to connect with these professionals of the sports industry, and is a more designed to executive profile. It's a fully online and English program.
And do you have a collaboration with them as well for other masters? I mean, other programs, do you have a module that is focused in technology and the things that you mentioned, the fan engagement, everything? Do they collaborate in the other programs as well, or is it exclusively on that one?
Yeah, the collaboration in the Master International Sports Management. We have some lecturers who teach class for the GSIC for the master, especially for the master taught in English as well. And this master, as I said, he's fully online, and we will launch next year. For the moment, right now, we offer only this Executive Master in Digital Transformation in Sports Entities, and for the next year, we will launch the Entrepreneurship in Sports course, which will be more a short course as well. The price will be much more reduced than the Master in Digital Transformation, which is 90 months.
Okay. All right, Calebe, we're approaching the end. I want to thank everybody that has participated and left questions. Before we go, you sent us a short 1 minute clip about the course. We're going to play that as well. Anything that you would like to say to introduce that clip? Or should I just hit play?
Yeah, you can replay this. This video is an interview we made with the students last year from different countries, different areas. So you can see how was the experience of these students taking the master last year.
Okay, don't go away, Calebe. We'll come back in 1 minute.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Shane.
Hi, my name is Satvik and I'm from India.
I'm from India as well. Valencia as a city has been beautiful. It's been way above the expectations that we had. The weather is amazing, thank God. The school, we've had a good tour of the institution. It's brilliant. The people are very welcoming.
Sports is an industry where I was always interested in, and while I was in India, I was working in the sports sector, and now I wanted to work in Europe. So this is a good stepping stone for me, coming to Valencia and studying sports management here.
I'm from Taiwan, and I love Spain. I come here because it's it's a country of sport. Also, you can see in Valencia, it's a really beautiful city. You see people playing football everywhere. I love the environment, the atmosphere, the country. Everything is just perfect.
My name is Luca. I'm from Italy, Milan, and I study Chinese language and management, actually. So basically a lot of Chinese and some economic stuff like marketing, finance, accounting. Sport is my passion, and that's why I'm here.
All right, so Calebe, it's been great. I think we answered, or you answered, many questions about the program. There was a lot of interaction from the audience. We had people from all over the world, as you could see. Thank you for everyone who participated. Of course, you still have questions. Calebe and the team will be at the iWorkinSport Education Virtual Expo from the 10th to the 12th of November. It is, as I said, 100% free to attend, so there is a link in the description. If you hit that link, you can register right now. But just to remind you that, don't go anywhere, Calebe, I'll come right back. Just to remind you that we have still 2 more interviews this week. Tomorrow, we're gonna talk to Bettina Cornwell from the University of Oregon. It will be a broader conversation, specifically about also sponsorship. She has an awesome book on the topic. But since the University of Oregon will participate in the event, we will talk about the program as well and have her answering your questions about that. And on Thursday, it will be the FIFA Master with my friend Kevin Talek Marston. We'll be answering all your questions about those about the program as well. So don't go. Well, come back next. Tomorrow and on Thursday. If you're interested in this kind of topic and you want to have the alerts not to miss the live interviews, I mean, not only subscribe but also hit that bell sign. And yes, we'll be seeing you soon. Calebe, thanks so much for coming. Any final words to the people that are still with us until now?
Yeah, thank you so much, João, for this opportunity, and it was a pleasure to have been here connected with you. And I hope to see you, all of you. Invite your friends to be connected next 10 to 12 of November with us. So be pleased to meet you guys in these interviews, or to answer all of your questions you may have about the ESBS and the master programs that we offer. Thank you so much, João.
All right. Thank you, Calebe. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.